Remember I told you I used to hang out with Axl Rose and I used to play with them and we'd write songs and stuff together. I go, yeah. And he goes, well, I don't know. They were playing this song on the radio. It's my song yesterday's. I wrote it with Axl like in the mid 80s. And I go, okay. And he said, I actually called up the DJ when the song was finished playing. And I said, can you tell me who wrote that song? And he said exactly what you said. And he said, but the thing is, he only listed my first name.
Hmm.
I go, oh my God, he probably couldn't remember your last name. And he said, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? That's my song. And I said, hey, hang on. Well, it just so happens I had a friend who was a band manager, music manager. I called him up and I said, hey, do you remember I used to tell you, I told you that my brother used to play in a band? He goes, yeah, everybody's brother used to play in a band. And I go, well, do you remember I told you he used to play, with Axl Rose? He goes, yeah, everybody's brother used to play with Axl Rose. Apparently, my brother wrote one of the songs that's on the album. He goes, yeah, all right, sure. She says, Laura, let me make a couple calls. Calls me back 10 minutes later. He goes, are you sure that the Billy that's on that album is your brother? And I'm thinking to myself, well, he's a drug addict and he was a lot, he lied a lot. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure because I met Axl Rose one time with him. And he goes, you have your brother call me right now, like right now. So that's where the long story gets short. From that point, he called my brother. 6 weeks later, they handed my brother $100,000 check and 29% of the royalties for the future. But
Awesome.
the part that I like to say is my brother was 1 year clean and sober. He was trying to get his life, on the ground again, off the ground. And he's handed this $100,000 check. Now, he didn't have anything, nothing. He was living in one of my dad's rental properties, a little house, just, working menial jobs. Axl Rose did not, I'm sure, what was the conversation? I wrote that song with Billy, but what the hell was his last name? Well, that's
Right.
okay. We'll just put his first name on there. And if all they had to do was say, who? Like my brother didn't have any money to sue. He could have told that story in a bar and everyone would have been like, oh, yeah, sure. But the fact that Axl Rose couldn't remember his name but put his first name on, they could have they could have fought any kind of lawsuit with just, coffee change.
Hmm.
And my brother would have been screwed. So the integrity that it's just mind-blowing to me. It's just crazy that I mean, how many musicians like that would do something like that?